So we got some very interesting news today surrounding Marvel and DC. If you guys didn't know, if you've been under a rock and, just out of the loop, there was a merger that happened between AT&T and Discovery. Now, in this merger, AT&T is staying its own company, but Warner Media is branching off and forming a different company with Discovery, and they're making their own separate company. Now, there's a thing going on. A lot of people don't realize that mergers cost a lot of money, and that AT&T and this new Discovery company, because AT&T will hold 71% of stock share in this new company, they could be looking to offload some assets to make up that money loss from the merger. Now, this is where the big news comes in, because we've talked about it in a few videos over the past week or so, talking about how they could start selling assets to make this money up. And then we come to this story today. Now, everybody, before we get into it, everybody's kind of saying I'm crazy. Everybody's saying, oh, nothing's gonna fucking change. Nothing's gonna happen. Everything's gonna stay the same. Just two different companies, whatever else. Well, let me throw this up on the screen real quick. Disney looking to acquire DC Comics and have them join Marvel Studios from on Smash. Now, I'll go ahead and throw the actual article up on the screen saying, Disney buying DC Comics 2021. Last week, reports surfaced that Warner Brothers, DC Comics, and DC Brand are officially being sold. CNBC, I almost said SNBC, first reported that the merger of Warner Media and Discovery is the Trojan horse to have the deal completed. The new company, Warner Discovery, have given flexibility for a sale of both entities to Walt Disney Company. The move could have been both DC Comics and the DC brand under Disney and Marvel. Now, there's not much more that's been said in this article besides what I just read. There's a few names being mentioned. I'll leave it up for a few more seconds just in case you guys want to completely read through it. But I mean, this is huge. I've been saying for the past week or so, like I said at the beginning of the video, a lot of shit can change. A merger costs a lot of money, and they could be looking to offload some of these assets to make that money up. Now, what does this mean for Mortal Kombat? What does this mean for NetherRealm Studios? Well, obviously, if NRS stays under WB Studios and the Warner Discovery, whatever the hell that's called, if it's actually Warner Discovery, if they stay under Warner Discovery and WB Game Studios, whatever else, I don't think much is going to change for Mortal Kombat. But of course, this does a lot for Injustice and DC. I don't know if, NRS is going to be able to work with DC after this. It really all depends on Marvel. I wish if Disney is picking up DC and DC Comics, whatever else, if they're picking all of that up, I wish they'd pick up NRS as well. I know Disney is really hit or miss for some people. For some people, they make great movies. For some people, they make terrible movies. For some people, they make great video games. For some people, they make horrible video games. But honestly, Disney tries. Disney, whether it's all to make money. Of course, it's all to make money. But I think they put out some decent movies. I think the games that they put out have been very decent. I mean, Star Wars games under Disney have really soared again. Now, Star Wars movies under Disney have not done as well, but the Mandalorian TV show has done extremely well with great fan reception. So I think I give Disney a chance with NRS. Now, granted, when it comes to Disney, you don't get a chance. If you're in, you're in. There's no fucking getting out. You might as well have joined the Mafia. But either way, I'd like to see what they could do. And then that opens them up to Marvel versus DC, Marvel versus Mortal Kombat, DC versus Mortal Kombat 2. So I'd be completely okay with picking all them up. That's like the big second choice to me, besides Microsoft picking them up. But there's no mention of NRS in this, so that's really just me talking. Apple, Amazon, and Netflix are also inquiring about the sale that's going on. So, I mean, there could be some other studios, whatever else, video games, licenses, whatever, sold in these deals. And it's interesting and scary all at the same time, because you really don't know what's going to happen. This could be the end of Injustice. This could be the beginning of something else for NRS. And even if NRS stays with Warner Discovery and, DC goes to Disney, there could still be Injustice. There could still be Marvel versus DC. It would just, Warner Discovery would have to make a deal with Disney, which could happen. And I mean, Marvel has been doing a lot with Marvel versus Capcom again recently over the past year and a half, getting the old cabinets out remade with arcade 1-up and shit. So that'd be cool to see, like Marvel and DC versus Capcom, Marvel and DC versus Capcom 1, or some shit like that, DC versus Capcom. DC versus Marvel, but you know, it's a tag fighting game. Yeah, it's just all interesting. We still do have to take all of this with a grain of salt. We don't know the inner workings of this skill. We don't know whether it's going to be like 100% happening, whether it's 100% confirmed or whatever else. But I'm very interested in this deal specifically and the overall Warner Media Discovery AT&T merger that's going on. This is really the only news that's came out of this in the past few days. But if there's any more today, tomorrow, the next day, whenever, I will keep you guys updated about this, because this is pretty big. This could really make things get pretty weird for us Mortal Kombat and NRS fighting game fans. So I'll keep my ears to the ground. I'll keep my eyes on the screen. Probably not the whole time. That's not healthy, but I'll keep you guys updated. But anyways, that's going to do it for this one. Quick update on everything that went on with this. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments down below. I know a lot of you guys out there are not big Marvel fans. Some of you guys think they just make movies for kids. Some of you guys think they're just exploiting the brands that they have just to make money. I'm actually a pretty big fan of Marvel and Disney for the most part with what they've been doing. I know there's a lot of assholes that work there, but for the most part, they pleased a lot of people, myself included, I have to admit. So I'm interested to see what will happen. They can't do much worse with the movies than what WB and AT&T was already doing, so we'll see when it comes to that. But anyways, let me know what you think about it in the comments down below. My name is Tainted, and I've been your host, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.